If you don't list your priorities in 2025, you will fall behind. Why am I saying this? In this road to discipline, it's very important that you've got a list of things that you need to do in order to become the person you want to be. So I've made a list myself. As you can all see, for 2025, in the road for discipline, I've made a list. Right now, it's the 9th of February, and I wrote this list earlier. This is going to be the theme throughout the whole year, and I'm going to be explaining each point, and just to explain why I'm doing this, especially now more than ever in this political year in 2025, a year of change, a year where anything can happen. There's going to be a lot of noise, and there's going to be a lot of signals. Who do you want to be? What are you going to become? The first one I wrote, no social media unless there's a plan to post. Create more and less consuming. Why am I saying this? Lately, it's so easy to just to go on social media and just scroll. And this is a distraction, especially if you want to become the person you want to become. For me, I need to stay away from it. For example, I've got Instagram now, but I can't be there scrolling. If I want to post, I need to post what I want to post and then leave that platform, because in that platform there's a lot of distraction, there's a lot of things that could just make you not focus anymore in the path that you want to go. Secondly, I wrote down, wake up at 5 a.m, fast for at least 2 hours before my first meal, and bed needs to be made. Why this? For me, I need a time where I'm gonna be waking up each time and be consistent. I feel like when you haven't got like a certain time that you wake up, that's when your brain feels like it's not in the right pattern right now. By me waking up at 5 a.m, it's gonna force me to wake up early and to start a lot earlier. Some people just wake up at random times, and that's a mistake. I'll be fasting for at least 2 hours before my first meal. Why? Because if I eat straight away, my food will be digesting and I won't be able to concentrate on the work that I'm doing right now. The most important work is when you're fasting, because you've got a total focus on the task at hand. So it's very important that when I wake up 5 a.m, it's quiet. It's just me and my work that needs to get done before the day starts. So I'm starting earlier, because there are people that will be sleeping at that time, but I'm starting a lot earlier so I can get ahead. Thirdly, it says read for a minimum of 30 minutes per day. If I'm bored for the whole day, I've got to pick up my book and start reading it. Why? Sometimes when you get bored, that's when scrolling starts to happen. When I mentioned earlier about Instagram, that's when you start going through YouTube, through random videos, or you're on X just scrolling. But if you pick up a book, I'll be able to learn, build my mind. It's like I'm feeding my brain to understand certain words, new words, to improve my communication skills, my vocabulary. So by me reading, I'll be able to better myself. So every day, there has to be a minimum of 30 minutes reading, 30 minutes minimum. I can't be skipping, I can't be doing anything else, because if I don't read, how am I supposed to be learning? How am I going to learn new words? How am I going to discern from what's right and from what's wrong? So this needs to be implemented this year for me, and it can be implemented for you as well in this road to discipline in 2025. Next, in my list, I've got the Sundays are for creating the structure for the week. You know, after each day, I'll have to be updating my day if necessary. For example, the list of my meals I'll be doing the next day. And the specific work blocks. Why this? It's important that the day before, you know what you're doing for the whole day, because if you don't know what you're doing, when you get to that specific day, you feel like you're lost. You feel like you don't know what to do, or if you're doing the right thing. But having a structure, it keeps your mind calm, and you get ready to tackle what's ahead. Anything can happen, but you already know you've got your schedule, you've wrote it down. Why Sunday? Sunday's like the first day of the week. So you just sit down for an hour and then just set what you're gonna do from Monday to Friday and Saturday. But obviously, when you get to Monday or Tuesday, something might actually happen. You change of plans could happen. That's when you can change what you need to do accordingly, and then nothing else can happen. It's important that in this structure, you're very specific. Very, very specific. For example, I wrote down the work blocks I need to be doing. For example, my first work block, it could be my uni work. Specific, it could be one of my modules. If you could be more specific, that would be good. For example, at uni right now, I'm doing finance, so I could write down this week module is finance. You need to do this, you need to do that. You need to be more specific. My next work module could be maybe working making a business, for example, working on prospects, CRM. How are you gonna move forward? If you're gonna have your meals, for example, for breakfast, I'm gonna eat oats, lunch, spaghetti, something. It's important that you're specific in everything that you do, and this is what I will be implementing in my road to discipline this year. Next, very important, YouTube. YouTube can be very distracting, guys. Very distracting. Sometimes you do need to kind of switch off and maybe, watch one content creator that you like watching. There's nothing wrong, but it's about knowing when enough is enough. I'm not saying YouTube should be completely gone, but for me, what I've decided is that I'm going to be watching educational parts. This is for educational purposes. So I've unsubscribed from everyone, and I've picked 4 people that I'll be watching on YouTube. 1, Iman Gadzi. 2, Patrick Bet-David. 3rd, Vuzi Fimpakwayo. And 4thly, Hamza Advance. I've picked these 4 people to watch and learn and observe, get more information, how to improve myself, gain knowledge. And this is very important right now in 2025 to make sure you're receiving the right information and you're not receiving things that's going to bring you down, take steps back. It's important, and this year, why we are taking steps forward to better ourselves. So for me, it's unsubscribing from things that doesn't benefit me and subscribing to those people that I can learn from and I'm actually looking up to. Next, I've got to prioritize. I was watching a video by Hamza in his YouTube channel, Hamza Advance, and he spoke about what's your main priority. For me, it's creating a business, for example. So when I wake up, it wouldn't be good for me if I wake up at 5 just to go straight to the gym, because the gym right now is not my main priority. My main priority is creating a business that's going to help me and those around me and my family, and hopefully help you guys too that is watching. So therefore, when I wake up at 5, straight on my work, and then maybe later on find time to go to the gym. So what I've decided is that reduce the amount of times that I actually go to the gym. So it used to be 4 times, now I'm reducing it to 3 times per week. So it's like a push-pull leg, but that's what I'm going to be focused on, 3 times per week, and I'm going to try to implement it throughout my days. So I'm thinking right now it's going to be Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, maybe in the afternoon, in the evening. But my main priority is creating a business, so that'll be my total focus on learning, gaining information, and things of that nature. It's important, guys, that you know where your main priority is. What is it? If you don't know what it is, you've got to find it, and then as soon as you find it, straight to work. And in that video, Hamza said something very important. Sometimes during the day we waste time. It's like fillers, where you're just sitting down for 30 minutes or not doing enough. And he said something very key. If you go out and you come back, you have to get to work straight away. So imagine you finish school at 2 o'clock and you start working on your assignments, for example, at 4:15. What were you doing for 2 hours? You were just sitting there and doing nothing. That can happen. So you've got to get home, eat, shower, straight to work. And this is something I will be implementing, making sure that times aren't wasted throughout the whole day. Guys, it won't be easy. It's gonna be hard. I know it's gonna be hard, but by me doing this, I'm setting myself up because I need to make sure by the end of this year there's a change in everything that I do. There's discipline, and this is why I'm making these videos, Road to Discipline in 2025, because it needs to happen now, guys. It needs to happen now, guys. And if you're with me in this, like, comments, subscribe, let me know what you guys are gonna do, what you're implementing. If you're doing something else that's different, let me know. I can add it to my structure. Just let me know, guys. And lastly, I wrote down at the bottom that 2 work blocks must be completed a day. That's very important, because I should have work blocks, because if you want to move up in life, it's gonna be better. I realized that if I can't sit down somewhere for an hour or two without going on my phone, without getting distracted, that is a big problem, you know. And that's something that I've been going through, where I might sit down for 30 minutes and I might just go on my phone to check any notification, any messages. I need to remove that. I need to remove that distraction, because if I want to change, if I want to be better, if I don't want to be influenced by external factors, I need to change. There has to be a difference. There has to be. So 2 work blocks must be completed. So for example, if you have your 9 to 5 regular job, or if you've got uni, or you've got school, as soon as you come back, 2 work blocks. This could be 2 hours for your first one, and then 2 hours for your second one. It could be 1 hour. It could be an hour for the other one. Or you can do where, obviously, you've got an hour work block, but you can do 25 minutes working, 5-minute break, and then 25 minutes working again, and then a 5-minute break. That could be your work block. You've got to divide it, because when you're starting, for example, I'm kind of starting it. It might be hard to just focus with an hour or 2 hours straight. So you might have to like get a little break where you can just walk around where you are. You could be walk around at home, or go outside for 5 minutes, catch a breath, and then just, you know, just relax, set your mind down, and then go back in and start working again. And that's what I'm gonna be doing in this Road to Discipline. And then lastly, I wrote down, every conversation should have a purpose. Guys, something I've realized, every conversation needs to be important. I'm speaking with someone. The conversation should be beneficial. The conversation shouldn't be something that it doesn't relate to me. It doesn't add anything. I don't want to talk about things that are wrong. I don't want to talk about just things that are morally wrong. It should be right. The conversation should be, how are we going to move forward in life? How are we going to build things? How are we going to be better? You can't be speaking to me about things that's going to bring me down. We need to inspire each other to move forward, especially now. So every conversation should have a purpose. We should not be wasting time. We should not be wasting time, guys. There has to be a purpose in everything, and that's the mindset that I need to implement, and I will be implementing this mindset for the whole year. Don't waste time. There's no time to waste. Time doesn't wait for anyone. Everything is moving forward. Everything is changing every single day. In order to move forward this year, list your priorities. Have a list. Guys, I made a list. See, I made a list. Road to Discipline in 2025. This is serious. This is very serious, guys. Let me tell you something. There are going to be days that it's going to be very difficult, but it's about pushing through your limits. Keep going. Some people might not understand what you're trying to accomplish. They might not understand the vision, your dreams, the goals that you're trying to set for yourself. But just imagine yourself. Imagine yourself being that person that you set out. Close your eyes and just imagine that man that you're going to become. Imagine those people around you looking up to you, bouncing off each other, asking each other for guidance, moving forward, improving yourself. This is gonna be a special year, guys. I can feel it. Guys, if you're with me in this road to discipline in 2025, let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know. Stay strong, stay bold.